Listen to me. Stop wasting years of your life. Time is the one thing you can't get back. You can't rewind it, you can't reorder it, and you can't buy more of it. Every day you waste sitting around, complaining, scrolling, talking about one day, is a day you will never see again. Some of you are 20, 30, 40 years old, and you're still making excuses, still living in neutral, still talking about your dreams instead of chasing them. Stop. Your clock is ticking, and if you don't wake up, you're going to look back 10 years from now full of regret. Time is life's most valuable currency, and yet too many people live like it's unlimited. They wake up every day as if tomorrow is guaranteed, as if they've got forever to get it right, forever to chase their goals, forever to make things happen. But the truth is you don't. You have no idea how much time you have left on this earth, and every single second that slips through your fingers is gone forever. You can't buy it back. You can't beg for it back. You can't trade for it. When today ends, that 24 hours is buried in history, and you don't get to rewind. And that's the problem with too many of us. We treat time like it's cheap when in reality, it's the most expensive thing you own. Think about it. When you waste money, you can make it back. You can get another job, sell something, hustle harder, and recover financially. But when you waste time, it's gone. If you spend a whole year sitting on excuses, a whole year playing around, a whole year not moving toward your dreams, you don't get that year back. That's 12 months erased from your life story. That's 365 opportunities gone. And if you keep stacking wasted days, wasted months, wasted years, you will look back one day full of regret because you'll realize the life you wanted could have been yours. But you didn't value your time enough to chase it. The problem is we live like we've got a second life in the bank. People talk about what they'll do next year or when the time is right. Like they know for sure they're going to get those years. But let me tell you something. Nobody is promised tomorrow. Nobody. You've seen people gone too soon. You've seen people who had plans for next month, next year, but never got there. And yet you still live like you're guaranteed another 50 years. That mindset is costing you. That mindset is why you're wasting years of your life doing things that don't matter, surrounding yourself with people who don't push you, and giving your energy to distractions that bring you nothing in return. You need to understand that every day is either an investment or a waste. When you wake up and you put in the work, when you wake up and you grind toward your vision, that day compounds. It grows you, it builds you, it puts you closer to the life you're chasing. But when you wake up and you scroll, when you waste hours watching nonsense, when you spend your time complaining or procrastinating, you just threw away something priceless. And you don't even feel the loss in the moment. That's the dangerous part. Time doesn't hurt when you waste it. It doesn't burn your hand. It doesn't make an alarm go off. It just silently disappears. And before you know it, a week is gone, then a month, then a year. And one day you look up and you're older, but you're not further. That's the pain of wasted time. So if you want to stop wasting years of your life, you have to start respecting time like the treasure it is. Stop treating your 24 hours like it's nothing. Stop waking up without a plan. Stop letting days slip by where you gave zero effort, zero focus, zero progress. Because the truth is, the person who values time, who treats every single day like it matters, they win. They build businesses, they build bodies, they build families, they build legacies. Not because they had more talent, not because they were luckier, but because they refused to waste their hours. Your time is life's currency, and the way you spend it will determine who you become. You can waste it on distractions, excuses, and comfort, or you can invest it in growth, sacrifice, and purpose. But make no mistake, the choice is yours, and the clock is ticking whether you decide or not. Excuses are the language of the lazy. Excuses are the bedrock of wasted potential. You can't build a future with excuses because they produce nothing but regret. When life gets hard, when the grind gets uncomfortable, too many people fall back on the same tired phrases. I'll start tomorrow. I don't feel like it. It's not the right time. I don't have the resources. I don't know how. Those words might make you feel better in the moment, but they don't change your situation. They don't pay your bills. They don't build your dreams. They don't create the life you're talking about. Excuses are lies you tell yourself to justify staying the same. You know what excuses really do. They delay your progress. Every time you open your mouth and choose an excuse instead of action, you push your brake through further and further away. You create distance between you and your potential. And some of you have been stuck for years, not because you're not capable, not because you don't have talent, but because you've mastered the art of explaining why you're not where you should be. You've become fluent in excuses. That's why nothing in your life has shifted, because excuses keep you in neutral. They let you survive, but they don't let you thrive. You can't eat excuses. They don't feed you. Excuses won't cover your rent. Excuses won't put food on the table. Excuses won't put your kids in a better school, won't pay for your dreams, won't heal your pain. Only action will, only consistency will, only commitment will. The world doesn't reward people who complain. The world doesn't care about how bad you had it or what's standing in your way. The world rewards people who show up anyway. The world rewards people who push through the pain, who do it tired, who do it broke, who do it scared. And here's the truth. Excuses might sound good to other people, but deep down you know the truth. You know when you're lying to yourself. You know when you could have done more. You know when you gave up too soon. You know when you settled, and it eats at you. Because no matter how much you dress it up, an excuse can't hide the fact that you wasted another day, another chance, another shot at greatness. And the more excuses you stack, the heavier regret becomes. That's why people grow bitter with age, because they didn't run out of time. They ran out of lies to cover the time they wasted. So you've got to decide right now. Are you going to keep protecting your excuses? Or are you going to protect your future? Are you going to keep rehearsing the same reasons why you can't? Or are you going to rewrite the story with action? Because one thing I promise you, the people who succeed, the people who rise, the people you admire, they've had every reason to quit too. They've had excuses available to them just like you, but they made a choice to push past them. They made a choice to silence the voice of comfort and lean into the grind. And that choice separated them from everyone else. If you're serious about not wasting years of your life, you've got to divorce your excuses. Cut them off. Stop entertaining them. When that voice in your head says you're too tired, answer it with, but I've got a vision. When it says you can do it tomorrow, answer it with, tomorrow isn't promised. When it says you don't have the resources, answer it with, I'll find a way. Every time you kill an excuse and replace it with action, you move one step closer to the life you say you want. Excuses don't pay bills, but execution does. Excuses don't change lives, but discipline does. Excuses don't build dreams, but relentless effort does. Stop wasting your breath explaining why you can't and start proving why you can, because the clock is still ticking and excuses won't stop it. Only action will make the time you have left count. You say you want success. You say you want to live your dreams. You say you want freedom, wealth, impact, whatever it is that burns inside of you. But here's the truth. Dreams require sacrifice. You can't keep living the same way, doing the same things, hanging around the same people, and expect your life to suddenly transform. If you want something extraordinary, you have to be willing to give up the ordinary. You can't hold on to comfort and reach for greatness at the same time. Something has to go. Most people love the idea of success, but they hate the price. They want the reward without the work, the growth without the pain, the results without the grind. But that's not how it works. Every dream comes with a cost. The question is, are you willing to pay it? Because if you're not, stop lying to yourself. Stop saying you want it when you're not prepared to give up sleep. Give up leisure, give up distraction, give up the things that waste your time and drain your energy. You can't binge Netflix every night and expect to build an empire. You can't party every weekend and expect to create generational wealth. You can't keep every toxic person in your life and expect to grow. Dreams demand that you cut off dead weight. You've got to understand that sacrifice is not punishment, it's preparation. Every time you sacrifice something that doesn't serve your future, you are creating space for something better. When you give up hours of meaningless entertainment, you gain hours of skill building. When you cut off negative people, you create room for mentors, visionaries, and partners who push you higher. When you stop spending money on things that impress people who don't even care, you gain the ability to invest in things that will change your life. Sacrifice is not loss. It's a trade, giving up what doesn't matter for what matters most. The truth is, every great person you admire paid a price you didn't see. You see the success, the cars, the houses, the freedom, but you didn't see the nights they stayed up while everyone else was asleep. You didn't see the weekends they worked while everyone else was partying. You didn't see the family gatherings they missed, the vacations they skipped, the comfort they sacrificed because they believed in their vision. That's the difference between them and the average person. The average person wants everything but sacrifices nothing. The great ones give up almost everything to get what they want most, and don't get it twisted, sacrifice hurts. It's not supposed to feel good. That's why so few people do it. It hurts to wake up at 4 a.m. while everyone else is sleeping. It hurts to stay in and work while your friends are out having fun. It hurts to say no to short-term pleasure so you can say yes to long-term success. But if you don't make those sacrifices now, you'll make even bigger sacrifices later. You'll sacrifice your dreams, your potential, your future because you chose comfort over calling. If you want to stop wasting years of your life, you've got to start sacrificing the things that don't matter so you can pursue the things that do. Sacrifice your excuses. Sacrifice your laziness, sacrifice your distractions, sacrifice your need to be liked by everyone. Sacrifice your addiction to comfort, because the truth is, you're going to sacrifice something either way. You either sacrifice your comfort to gain your dream, or you sacrifice your dream to stay comfortable. The choice is yours. Dreams are expensive. Success has a price tag. Freedom is not free. The only question you need to ask yourself is, are you willing to pay what it costs? Because if you're not, stop pretending. But if you are, if you're ready to let go of the old you, the weak you, the distracted you, and embrace the grind, then nothing and no one can stop you. Comfort is the enemy of progress. It feels good, it feels safe, it feels easy, but it's killing your potential slowly every single day you stay in it. The comfort zone is a trap disguised as peace. You think you're living good because you're not stressed, you're not stretched, you're not challenged. But what's really happening is that you're stuck. Comfort has you chained down, whispering in your ear that you're fine where you are, that you don't need to push harder, that you don't need to grow. And while you sit in that false safety, life is passing you by. Opportunities are slipping through your fingers, and years are being wasted. The truth is, growth never happens in comfort. Every time you've leveled up in life, it wasn't because things were easy. It was because you were stretched, because you were challenged, because you stepped into the unknown and figured it out. Think about it. The first time you learned something new, it was uncomfortable. The first time you worked a new job, it was uncomfortable. The first time you tried to build a skill, it was uncomfortable, but you grew, you got stronger, you adapted. That's how growth works. It lives in the space where comfort dies. But too many people are addicted to being comfortable. They want the paycheck, but they don't want to grind for the promotion. They want the body, but they don't want to sweat in the gym. They want the business, but they don't want the risk and the sleepless nights. They want the reward, but they don't want the resistance. And that mindset is why so many people never live up to their potential. They think they're protecting themselves from stress, but really they're protecting themselves from success. You need to understand that comfort is costing you more than discomfort ever will. Discomfort is temporary. It's the soreness after a workout. It's the fear before a speech. It's the struggle while you're learning. But comfort costs you dreams, comfort costs you time, comfort costs you growth, and that bill is way heavier than any pain you'll feel while grinding. At least discomfort pays you back in growth. Comfort robs you blind and leaves you empty, and here's the thing, life will test you either way. You can choose the discomfort of discipline now or the discomfort of regret later. You can choose the discomfort of sacrifice now or the discomfort of mediocrity later. Either way, you're going to feel pain. The difference is one pain builds you, the other destroys you. The choice is yours. The people who achieve greatness, the ones who break barriers and do the impossible, they've mastered the art of getting uncomfortable. They put themselves in situations that force growth. They wake up earlier than they want to. They take risks that scare them. They do things they're not good at until they get good. They embrace the struggle because they know that's where strength is born. They understand that comfort is a coffin, and they refuse to be buried alive in it. So if you want to stop wasting years of your life, you've got to make a decision right now to break free from your comfort zone. Stop staying at the job you hate just because it's secure. Stop holding back your dreams because you're scared of failing. Stop living small just because it feels safe. Push yourself. Force yourself into spaces that scare you. Say yes to challenges that make your heart race. Do the thing you've been avoiding. That's where the growth is. Comfort feels good today, but it kills you tomorrow. Discomfort feels hard today, but it builds you tomorrow. Don't waste your life in the illusion of safety. Step into the fire because that's where your future is waiting. Discipline is the difference between the life you dream about and the life you're living right now. Too many people think success comes from luck, talent, or some magical moment of opportunity, but that's not the truth. The real shortcut, the only shortcut, is discipline. The ability to wake up every day and do what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. The ability to show up when you're tired, when you're stressed, when nobody's watching, when nobody's clapping. That's what separates the people who talk about their goals from the people who actually achieve them. The truth is, motivation fades. You can't rely on hype to carry you through. You might wake up one morning fired up, ready to take over the world, but that feeling won't last forever. The grind will get boring. The results will take longer than you thought. People won't cheer you on. And in those moments, motivation won't save you. Discipline will. Discipline is what keeps you consistent when the excitement is gone. Discipline is what keeps you grinding when you're not in the mood. Discipline is what pushes you through the wall when your body and mind are screaming to quit. Every single person who has accomplished something great didn't get there because they were always inspired. They got there because they were disciplined enough to keep moving forward even when they didn't want to. The athlete doesn't win championships because they only trained on days they felt like it. The writer doesn't finish the book because they only wrote when inspiration struck. The entrepreneur doesn't build an empire by working when it was convenient. They all built success on the back of daily discipline, stacking small actions on top of each other until the world couldn't ignore their results. You've got to understand that discipline is not about punishment, it's about freedom. When you discipline yourself to wake up early, to manage your time, to focus on your priorities, you create freedom for your future. You create the freedom to live how you want, to go where you want, to become who you want. But if you live without discipline, if you let your feelings dictate your actions, you chain yourself to mediocrity. You give up control of your future. You waste years drifting because you refuse to control the only thing you actually can, yourself. And let's be real, discipline is hard in the beginning. It hurts to wake up earlier than you're used to. It hurts to cut off distractions and grind while everyone else is relaxing. It hurts to sacrifice comfort and push yourself day after day. But over time, discipline becomes strength. It becomes a habit. What used to be hard becomes normal. What used to feel impossible becomes automatic. And when that happens, your life changes. Because now you're not relying on willpower, you're running on a system. You've trained yourself to do the work no matter how you feel, and that is the ultimate weapon. So if you want to stop wasting years of your life, you need to stop waiting for the perfect mood, stop waiting for the right feeling, and start building discipline. Make the decision to commit daily, to hold yourself accountable, to do what you said you were going to do long after the mood you said it in is gone. Because once you master discipline, you master your future. The truth is, you can't control time, you can't control opportunities, you can't control the economy, but you can control your discipline. And if you do, if you become the type of person who shows up every single day without fail, there is nothing that can stop you. Discipline is the real shortcut. It turns wasted years into productive years, dreams into reality, and potential into power. The biggest mistake people make with their lives is waiting. Waiting for the right time, waiting for more money, waiting for more confidence, waiting for the stars to align. They say things like, "I'll start when the kids get older. I'll start when I have more saved up. I'll start when I feel ready." But here's the reality, you will never feel completely ready. There will always be a reason to delay. There will always be a challenge in the way. There will always be something you could use as an excuse. If you keep waiting for the perfect moment, you're going to waste your entire life standing on the sidelines watching other people live the dream you keep talking about. The perfect time doesn't exist. The perfect time is right now. The clock is ticking whether you move or not. Every single day you wait, the opportunity grows colder, the fire inside you burns weaker, and the dream gets further out of reach. You don't have the luxury of waiting. You can't sit around and think life is going to pause for you. It won't while you're waiting. Someone else is acting. While you're hesitating, someone else is grinding. While you're sitting, they're trying to figure out the right time. Someone else is already building what you wish you had. And 10 years from now, you'll be looking back wishing you had started today. Starting now doesn't mean you have everything figured out. It doesn't mean you have every resource, every skill, or every answer. Starting now just means you make the decision to begin. You take the first step even if it's messy. You move forward even if it's scary. You commit even if you don't know exactly how it's all going to work out. Because here's the truth. Clarity comes with action, not before it. You'll figure out the details on the way, but you'll never figure out anything if you just sit there waiting for perfect. Some of you are stuck because you're scared of failing. You think if you start and mess up, that means you weren't good enough. But the only real failure is never starting. Every mistake you make while moving forward is progress. Every wrong step is still a step forward because it teaches you, it sharpens you, it grows you. Failure is part of the journey, but wasting years doing nothing is a death sentence to your dreams. You've got to realize that life is short. You don't get to hit pause. You don't get to skip ahead and come back. You don't get to rewind. This moment right here is all you've got, and if you waste it, you don't get it back. You've already lost enough time waiting for the right time. The right time is now. The right moment is today. The right chance is the one you create by taking action immediately. So stop lying to yourself. Stop saying, "I'll start when," and finish the sentence. When what? When you're older, when you're weaker, when you have fewer years left. That's not a plan, that's procrastination dressed up as patience. If you really want change, if you really want success, if you really want freedom, then the only option is to start now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not someday, now. You have two choices. Keep waiting and waste more years of your life, or take action right now and change the rest of your life forever. The power is in your hands, but only if you move. Don't waste another day. Don't waste another hour. Don't waste another second. Start now, because later is not promised, and tomorrow may never come. Listen to me, you've wasted enough time. You've made enough excuses. You've lived comfortable long enough. You've dreamed about it, talked about it, planned it, but now it's time to do it. Time is running out. Every second that passes is one you'll never get back, and one day you're going to wake up and realize you don't have as many tomorrows as you thought. Don't let that be the moment you finally understand what you should have been doing all along. The truth is simple. Your future isn't waiting on luck. It isn't waiting on the perfect time. It isn't waiting on anyone else. It's waiting on you. It's waiting on you to stop wasting years of your life and start valuing every single day like it matters, because it does. It's waiting on you to cut off the excuses, to embrace sacrifice, to push past comfort, to live with discipline, and to act right now. This is your wake-up call. Not tomorrow, not someday, today. Right here, right now. Don't waste another minute. Don't waste another year. The rest of your life starts with the decision you make in this moment. Choose to rise. Choose to grind. Choose to live, because if you don't, time will choose for you, and it will choose regret.